بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واذكروا الله في أيام معدودات. Today our lesson is lesson number 30, Al-Baqarah, ayat 203 to 210. وَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ فِي أَيَّامٍ مَعْدُودَاتٍ, and remember Allah during a specific numbered days. So as per Hazrat Mufti Shafi Sahab rahimahullah, in this ayah the emphasis on remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Mina is mentioned. In the previous ayat, the a'mal, the deeds of Hajj were mentioned. So this is the last ayah related to this Hajj. So especially emphasis on ibadah is mentioned. We have learnt that there were people who were in Mina from among Muslims and non-Muslims. So in this ayah, Muslims are especially asked to engage themselves, to make them busy worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that their Hajj can meet perfect ending. The last part of Hajj can be perfect and the Hajj can be fruitful, ending can be fruitful. So therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala especially emphasized the remembrance of Allah. So وَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ فِي أَيَّامٍ مَعْدُودَاتٍ. وَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ. Hazrat Thanwi alayhi rahmah has written in bracket that remember Allah in a specific way, in a particular way. So what is that particular way? To throw stones on the pillars of Satan's, which are called jamarat. So this is the specific way of remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then fi ayyamin ma'dudat, certain few days. So these are ayyamut tashriq as-salasa, 3 days of proclaiming Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So وَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ means وَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ بِالتَّكْبِيرِ عِنْدَ رَمْيِ الْجَمَرَاتِ. This is the ibara which has been written by Jalaluddin Suyuti, بِالتَّكْبِيرِ عِنْدَ رَمْيِ الْجَمَرَاتِ. So that is the specific way. فَمَنْ تَعَجَّلَ فِي يَوْمَيْنِ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ. So the days of Tashriq, the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th. So if a person wants to complete his stoning, throwing pebbles on stones on the pillars of Satan's, the pillars which are made as symbols of Satan's, within 2 days, and he wants to come back on 12th, then it is also right, it's true. فَمَنْ تَعَجَّلَ فِي يَوْمَيْنِ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ. So whoever hastens his departure in 2 days, there is no sin upon him. So a person can finish this work, this remembrance of Allah, bit takbir, at the time of throwing stones, pebbles on the pillars of Satan's, within 2 days, and he can come back on 12th. And if a person wants to stay more and finishes till 13th Zilhijj, so it is also right for him. There is no problem in that too. وَمَنْ تَأَخَّرَ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ. And whoever delays until 3rd, means 13th, then there is no sin upon him. Allama Shafi alayhi rahmah has written that in this flexibility in permission to do it within 2 days or extend it to delay it till 13th, there is a condemnation of the people of Jahiliyyah. They were not allowing to finish it within 2 days. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala condemned them and gave facilities to believers that they can do till 12th or till 13th. وَمَنْ تَأَخَّرَ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ. Hazrat Sahibu Jalalain has written, وَمَنْ تَأَخَّرَ بِهَا حَتَّى يَأْتِيَ لَيْلَةَ الثَّالِثِ وَرَمَى جِمَارَهُ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ بِذَلِكَ أي هم مخيرون في ذلك. They have facility, they have option to finish within 2 days and come at 12th or to delay it till 13th. وَاتَّقُوا فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ لِمَنِ اتَّقَى. لِمَنِ اتَّقَى, for him who fears Allah. If someone is doing for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and he is using the facilities provided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as favor and ni'mah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so they will have no problem. If there is any other gharz, other purpose, then there will be a problem. Therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has added liman ittaqa, and this facility is for him who fears Allah. So Allama Jalaluddin has written, وَنَفَى الْإِسْمَ, he denied sin liman ittaqallaha fi hajjihi li'annahu al-hajju fil haqiqa, he is the real pilgrim. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْهِ تُحْشَرُونَ, and fear Allah and know that unto him you will be gathered. So whatever you are doing, you do fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you must believe that the last meeting will be with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you will be gathered to him. Then if you have done something wrong, then you will be punished. Now the ayah, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يُعْجِبُكَ قَوْلُهُ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا. As per Allama Thanwi alayhi rahmah as well as Allama Shafi, both have explained that in the ayah number 200 till 202, so two sorts of people were mentioned. People were classified into two kinds. One was those who are remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Mina and asking the goodness of both worlds, mortal world and eternal world, and those who are believers. And those who are asking only the benefit, the welfare, goodness of this mortal world, so they were condemned. Now the same people, two kinds of people are mentioned in the ayat to come by different titles: Munafiqin, hypocrites, and Mukhlisin, sinceres. So in the first ayah, وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يُعْجِبُكَ, Munafiqin are mentioned. Is there any particular figure, any person who can be identified as the background of this ayah? So most of the scholars have written that he is Akhnas ibn Shariq. So Lubab, Jalalain, and even Ibn Kathir in his one narration all have said that وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يُعْجِبُكَ. So embodiment, the misdaq of this man is Akhnas ibn Shariq. What was his sin, what he was doing? So they have written that nazalat fil Akhnas ibn Shariq aqbala ila nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He approached the beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam wa azhara lahu al-Islam, and he showed in fabrication that he has embraced Islam. فَأَعْجَبَهُ ذَلِكَ مِنْهُ. So the beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam liked his acceptance of Islam. ثُمَّ خَرَجَ, then he came out. فَمَرَّ بِزَرْعٍ لِقَوْمٍ مِّنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ وَحُمْرٍ فَأَحْرَقَ الزَّرْعَ وَعَقَرَ الْحُمْرَ. حُمُرًا فَأَنزَلَ اللَّهُ الْآيَةَ. This person made the beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this Akhnas ibn Sharik, and showed a lot of obedience, submission to Allah's Prophet. Then after that he came, returned, then he passed by the crops of Muslims and he burnt them, and he saw some camels, then he slaughtered them. So in appearance he was a good man and a silver-tongued and eloquent person. He spoke in a very appealing manner, but his action was very vile. So he is the main figure of this ayah. So this is the view of the scholars which I have mentioned. Ibn Kathir further narrated that وَقِيلَ بَلْ ذَلِكَ بَلْ ذَلِكَ عَامٌ فِي الْمُنَافِقِينَ كُلِّهِمْ وَهُوَ الصَّحِيحِ. That the common hypocrisy should be implied by this ayah. Then Hadrat Allama Tabari, he also narrated the first that this is regarding Akhnas ibn Sharik. Then he said that this is for common hypocrites, and he narrated a third view, that for a particular group of munafiqeen. Then the conclusion is that though Akhnas ibn Sharik played a vital role, he created this event and he did a lot of mischiefs, and a particular group of munafiqeen, they did a great mischief when Hadrat Khubayb, Hadrat Asim, Hadrat Zaid with their team went as per the order of Allah's Prophet in a Sariya, and then they were killed. It is mentioned in Bukhari Sharif. Hadrat Asim and Hadrat Asim was killed on the spot. Then Hadrat Khubayb was bought by the people of Makkah, and then he was hung there. So this story we have learnt in Bukhari Sharif. So when it happened, then this group of munafiqeen, hypocrites, taunted, criticized these Sahaba that they were neither able to come back nor to convey the message to their Sahib, means to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then this ayah was revealed. It means that this group is implied by this ayah. At last they concluded that it is better to understand that all people who have this sort of characteristics, they will be meant by this ayah. So وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يُعْجِبُكَ قَوْلُهُ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَيُشْهِدُ اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا فِي قَلْبِهِ وَهُوَ أَلَدُّ الْخِصَامِ. And of the people is he whose speech pleases you. مَنْ يُعْجِبُكَ قَوْلُهُ. Qawluhu means his talk, his word, his speech pleases you in worldly life, in what he shows. وَيُشْهِدُ اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا فِي قَلْبِهِ. And he calls Allah to witness as to what is in his heart. وَهُوَ أَلَدُّ الْخِصَامِ. Yet he is the fiercest of opponents. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يُعْجِبُكَ قَوْلُهُ فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَيُشْهِدُ اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا فِي قَلْبِهِ وَهُوَ أَلَدُّ الْخِصَامِ. So this is the characteristic of every person who is not sincere. He speaks a lot, shows a lot, and even he tends to use oath. وَيُشْهِدُ اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا فِي قَلْبِهِ وَهُوَ أَلَدُّ الْخِصَامِ. And this is their art to speak. But the reality is that they are not as they tell. So their character, their role, their mischief is mentioned from وَإِذَا تَوَلَّى سَعَى فِي الْأَرْضِ لِيُفْسِدَ فِيهَا وَيُهْلِكَ الْحَرْثَ وَالنَّسْلَ Wallahu la yuhibbul fasad. When they approach the Prophet ﷺ, they say that we are the sincere Muslims, we love you by every mean, but when they come back, وَإِذَا تَوَلَّى سَعَى, and when they come back from the Prophet ﷺ, سَعَى فِي الْأَرْضِ لِيُفْسِدَ فِيهَا, and when he goes away, he strives throughout the land to cause corruption therein and destroy crops and animals, and Allah doesn't like corruption. So all the Mufassirin, including Hazrat Thanvi alayhi rahmah, they have translated nasl, animals, as this Akhnas ibn Shariq found the camels of Sahaba and he slaughtered them, and hars is clear, crops. Wallahu la yuhibbul fasad. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُ اتَّقِ اللَّهَ أَخَذَتْهُ الْعِزَّةُ بِالْإِثْمِ فَحَسْبُهُ جَهَنَّمُ وَلَبِئْسَ الْمِهَادُ. And when it is said to him, fear Allah, اتَّقِ اللَّهَ أَخَذَتْهُ الْعِزَّةُ, pride in the sin takes hold of him, means the arrogance and the pride doesn't let him to obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to embrace Islam, to accept Islam, to be sincere. أَخَذَتْهُ الْعِزَّةُ بِالْإِثْمِ. أَخَذَ أَحَدًا الْعِزَّةُ بِكَذَا, means a person does something wrong because of something. Bil-Izzah, because of this pride, because of ignorance, arrogance. فَحَسْبُهُ جَهَنَّمُ. Hasbun is in the meaning of ism fa'il, means it is enough for him. Jahannam is enough for him. Sufficient for him is hellfire. وَلَبِئْسَ الْمِهَادُ, and this hellfire, and how wretched is the resting place. Al-Mihad means bed, and bed sheet means Jahannam. So in this ayah, that character was condemned. Now the next ayah, that is ayah number 207. Hazrat Suhaib radiyallahu ta'ala anhu is meant by this ayah especially, and as we discussed in the first ayah, that Akhnas ibn Shariq is main hero, the wild man, so he played the major role. Similarly, Hazrat Suhaib radiyallahu ta'ala anhu is the main man. So as per Lubab and many other scholars, they said that this ayah was revealed to praise Hazrat Suhaib, but finally we have to say that all the companions who did as Hazrat Suhaib, and there are many, will be meant by this ayah. So this ayah refers to tell the characters of the believers, sincere people. That ayah was to tell the character of munafiqeen, and this ayah is to tell the character, the sincerity of the believers, sincere people. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَنْ يَشْرِي نَفْسَهُ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ رَؤُوفٌ بِالْعِبَادِ. So before we translate this ayah, it's better to have a glimpse on Hazrat Suhaib's character. What was his character? So it is mentioned in the books, great scholars books, for example, Ibn Sa'd in his Musnad, Ibn Mundhir, Ibn Abi Hatim, Ibn Na'im, Ibn Asakir, all these great scholars have narrated this story, that when Hazrat Suhaib radiyallahu ta'ala anhu wanted to migrate from Makkah to Medina, then he was accosted, besieged by the people of Makkah. So he said, okay, you know that I am the most perfect archer. He pulled out his own arrows from his quiver and he said, okay, you know that I am the greatest man in this regard, so I will use each and every arrow. After my own arrows are over, I will use my sword. So it is certain that unless I finish all these, you are not going to do anything against me. When they are over, then you can do something. But I would like to have a dealing with you. It is that go and take my old properties and let me go my way. Then they got happy and they left Hazrat Suhaib radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Hazrat Suhaib radiallahu ta'ala anhu migrated to Medina in a safe way. So when Allah's Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam received him, means when he meet after sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then the beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Rabihal bay'u, Rabihal bay'u. Means your trading, your dealing is profitable. And he repeated that. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed this ayah, especially in praise of Hazrat Suhaib, and then by implication all the companions who did the same in many ways. So, and of the people is who sells himself, seeking means to the approval of Allah, and Allah is kind to his servants. Wallahu ra'ufum bil ibad. So this trading was very useful, very profitable to Hazrat Suhaib. Then next ayah is Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu dkhulu fis silmi kaffa. This is ayah number 208. Again, who is the main figure of this ayah? So as per Ibn Jarir and Ikramah, they said, قال عبد الله بن سلام وثعلبة وابن يامين وأسد وأسيد and so يا رسول الله يوم السبت نعظمه فدعنا فلنثبت فيه وإن التوراة كتاب الله فدعنا فلنقم بها بالليل. So as per the explanation of Hazrat Thanvi alayhi rahmah, Abdullah ibn Salam radiyallahu anhu and his other fellows who embraced Islam, they thought that in Judaism, in Yahudiyat, Saturday is the day of respect, and Islam doesn't forbid to respect Saturday. Islam doesn't order to insult Saturday. So if I respect Saturday as I was doing earlier, so it will not oppose the spirit of Islam. And the things which are not prohibited in Islam and ordered in Torah, so if we practice them, so we will not oppose the teachings of Islam. So he wanted to practice both in a good intention. And as per this riwayah, they approached the Prophet ﷺ that da'na means idhan lana, permit us, allow us to do so. So they just thought, they didn't start practicing. It came in their mind, and then they exposed their idea to the beloved Prophet ﷺ. Then this ayah was revealed. Ibn Kathir, he in the beginning, in the first line which he wrote, he said, يَأْمُرُ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى عِبَادَهُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ بِهِ الْمُصَدِّقِينَ بِرَسُولِهِ أَنْ يَأْخُذُوا بِجَمِيعِ عُرَى الْإِسْلَامِ وَشَرَائِعِهِ وَالْعَمَلَ بِجَمِيعِ أَوَامِرِهِ. So this is a long line. The summary of what he said in the first line which he wrote is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders the entire Islamic ummah to follow Islam by its own means, to follow everything which is in Islam, and what is not in Islam, to leave it. And this is narrated by Hazrat Ibn Abbas. And Ibn Abbas, udkhulu fis silmi yani al-Islam. So you have believed in Islam. They have Hazrat Abdullah ibn Salam and his friends who embraced Islam. They have full faith in Islam, but they should also fully practice Islam, and whatever is in Islam they should be confined to practicing that only. Now what is better, what was the teaching, you believe in that they were the teachings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when they were not abrogated. Now your belief itself will be enough in their original shape, but you should not practice. Now this is the word of Allama Ibn Kasir, وَحَسْبُكُمْ الْإِيمَانُ بِالتَّوْرَاةِ وَمَا فِيهَا. You are believing in Torah and its teachings in original, that's enough for you. Now you don't think practicing. Now at-Tabri, Allama Tabri also supported the same. وَالصَّوَابْ مِنَ الْقَوْلِ فِي ذَلِكَ عِنْدِي. He says that what is better, proper understanding in my sight is أن يقال إن الله جل ثناؤه أمر الذين آمنوا بالدخول في العمل بشرائع الإسلام كلها. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders by this ayah the entire community, Muslim community, to enter Islam fil amali bi shara'i al-Islami kulliha, practicing the entire Sharia. So whatever is order, practice that. Whatever is not order, there is silence, so let it be silent. Don't try to make another aspect and try to find out a way to practice what is mentioned in Torah or in other religion. So بشرائع الإسلام كلها وقد يدخل في الذين آمنوا